Hello, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your August monthly horoscope for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Every time I share some content, you will get an alert. Also, if you'd like to get your free daily horoscope to your device every morning, please see the link below this video and you can sign up. Also, if you'd like to take advantage of my fabulous offer of a 12-month forecast, a character analysis based on your time, date and place of birth, totally unique to you, to give you searing insights of your future prospects and potentials, please also see the link below. That is 30% off. Hello Taurus, and welcome to your in-depth forecast for August 2021. This month begins with Venus, your ruler, and Mars in the most gloriously expressive part of your situation. They're occupying your sister Earth sign of Virgo. And that gives you a real opportunity to express your talents, to enjoy yourself, to mix and mingle. But there's a paradox, because the Sun and Mercury are in a much more reflective, homey part of your situation. And we're also going to see a new moon on the 8th in that area. So you may be grappling with some things at the very heart of your existence. And part of the reason for that is on the very first day of this month, as we look at it from Earth, Mercury is right at the heart of the Sun. Now, this can be called conjunction, it can be called combust, but because it's so tight, it's exact, it's known as cazimi. So the power of Mercury is amped up by the sheer raw energy of the Sun, which obviously is at the heart of all our existences. Now, Mercury is about thinking, but it can be about commerce, and of course it can be about communication. So anything to do with commerce, communication, thinking around the family or your home is definitely going to come very much to the fore at the start of this month. But on the other side of the heavens, Saturn's in a very visible part of your scope, in the sign of Aquarius, which for you is about goals, ambitions, success, but also responsibilities. I think the inference is that because Saturn can be a bit limiting, something that you want to focus on at the heart of your life may be causing a little bit of stress or a little bit of pressure. Perhaps there are different needs that you're needing to pivot in order to support. Perhaps someone close to you is wanting more of your time than you're able to give. Perhaps a job is seeing you travel too much, which is keeping you away from the comfort of that abode that you so enjoy. Now, also in the first 9 days of this month, Uranus in your sign since March the 7th, 2019, full time. Of course, it had that trial period for 5 months in 2018. Well, that's in a tense right angle with the Sun in Leo, and it even comes into play into the energies of that new moon in Leo of the 8th. Now, of course, Uranus has been pushing you to change things. The collective of energy in 2020 in your 9th solar house, in the guise of Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto, have been pushing you to change things, to be more spontaneous. And of course, you have a reputation of being the zodiac sign that likes to provide solidity, security. You're very stable in your approach. You're a fixed sign. Change doesn't come easily to you, and not without a lot of forethought. So if you have made some kind of change, I think there's a chance that you're trying to adjust to it now. It doesn't mean to say the change was wrong. With everything that we take an action for, there is going to be a reaction, a consequence. So that may be what you're caught up in, or it could be something that you do want to do that you feel a bit tentative about going for because it will challenge the status quo and that sense of security that that gives you. So I think that's the big theme at the start of this month, trying to match up all the different elements of your world, but particularly balancing those worldly, family, perhaps older family members, your responsibilities in general, with that need for tranquility, space, and indeed with the help of Venus and Mars, some playfulness as well. Now, on the 11th, Mercury moves into Virgo to join up with Venus and Mars. Now, they're not going to be together all through the rest of the month, but I think just for a few days, you really can feel more outgoing, more playful. Even if you invite people around to your home and spoil them, that could be something you gain great pleasure and satisfaction from. On the 15th, there is a quarter moon in your opposite sign. Somebody close to you may be particularly sensitive over the next week or need a lot of support from you. Or there may be two people that you're very close to who are not getting on so well, and you could find yourself in the middle trying to mediate between them. The 16th, however, sees Venus, your ruler, move out of the sign of Virgo and into the sign of Libra. So these two changes, Mercury on the 11th and Venus on the 16th, are significant because they're both moving into their home zones. So that creates a dignity, so they can flourish. Mercury, of course, loves the precision of Virgo, whereas the diplomacy and the love of fashion and presentation that comes with Venus in the sign of Libra is boosted by that transition. So Venus moving into Libra for you represents the 6th solar house. So this can be a great time to share food with loved ones, to celebrate the things where you can help others. That's a very 6th house kind of energy. You can work on your professional relationships with this transition. And also at home, if you've been craving for a fairer share of the domestic responsibilities between you and others in your home, this is a great time for you to discuss it, because the diplomacy of Venus in this location can see you just choosing the right words. And on the 20th, Uranus goes into a retrograde, which will last through to the 17th of January next year. But because Saturn went into retrograde earlier, they're not going to come back into conflict in that right angle that's dominated this year until the last 5 weeks of 2021 and the first 3 weeks of 2022. However, on the 22nd, we have a blue moon. And this blue moon is because we have the second Aquarius full moon within a month. Now, this one links beautifully with Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of growth, but it is traveling backwards, but it's back in the sign of Aquarius. So if you were struggling a little bit to fulfill those obligations and responsibilities at the start of the month because of that clash between Saturn and the cazimi between Mercury and the Sun, I think this gives you an opportunity from the 22nd for the following 2 weeks to make something come to into reality in your physical world that has some kind of big success linked to it. Jupiter can be something that gives us opportunities, so do be open to that. Now on the 22nd, the Sun moves into Virgo. Fabulous for you because your physical energy has been facing inwards with the 4th house transit. Now it's much more outgoing, playful, sociable, interactive, and your vitality can increase on the back of this. It is true on the 23rd to the 27th that Mercury's in an opposition with Neptune. If there is a social event that you're discussing across those days, it could be subject to change. There may be someone who mesmerizes you romantically, but you can't quite get to the bottom of what their motivations are or who they even are. But this can still be very good if you are a creative person, or if you love film or photography. Perhaps getting together with other people who have the same appreciation can be very pleasing to you. The 30th, however, sees Mercury move into the sign of Libra, which for you is again about precision. So this is about life's details. So as you bring the month to an end, I do feel that you're tidying up things a little bit with the help of Venus and Mercury, but there's still the playful flourish of the wonderful energy of Mars and the Sun in the sign of Virgo, which for you is fantastic. So this can be a very, very interesting month for you, Taurus, but it can be a month where you can flourish. It's just about giving yourself permission to be in touch with how you feel about things and not be fearful about changing things if it just makes you feel that much more secure and safe. But at the same time, if there is an opportunity which requires you to go outside of that comfort zone, it's also having the conviction to see it through. The call is yours, the prompts are coming from the stars, but the decisions are purely your own.